I'm 50 miles north of New York City, where I'm about to take a ferry out to Polypel Island to visit historic Bannerman Castle. I'm here with Neil Kaplan, who's the Executive Director and the founder of Bannerman Castle Trust. Now, this Francis Bannerman guy, he seems like quite the character.
He was one of the creators of one of the first Army-Navy stores in the country. He built a warehouse for his collection of military equipment from the Spanish-American War right on an island in the middle of the Hudson River called Polypel Island, which would later become known as Bannerman Island.
So what's special about Bannerman's Castle? Why does it need to be preserved?
This is an important part of military history for saving the different kinds of military equipment that was there. What you're looking at now is the warehouse. There were 7 structures on the building. The first structure was the superintendent's cottage, and the corner on the end that has that wonderful ivy on it, that was the #1 warehouse, and these were the first structures to be built.
What are some of the building's architectural quirks? Because it has quite a distinctive style happening.
Well, I think it has many styles. It has Moorish influence, it has Scottish baronial influence, it has influences from buildings throughout Europe. It's quirky because of the way it's been built. In fact, recycled materials were often used in the construction of the buildings, including old bed frames, Victorian bed frames. They used them as rebar.
What was it like to actually live there on the island? What were the conditions like?
Conditions were primitive at best. There was no heat, there was no hot water, there was no electricity. So everything had to be brought in. Your water had to be bottled to be brought in. There was a small DC current electric generator out there, which didn't produce a lot of electricity. There was no bathrooms except outhouses. They would later put on like a modern toilet in the house, but that was all run from water from the river. What you're looking at now is a cistern. There were 5 cisterns on the island. Since there was no water on the island, they had to collect water. These were used for gardening. It was also used to pump into the house for washing.
How did the Bannerman Castle Trust come about?
Well, the Bannerman Castle Trust was formed in 1993. I started looking at it in 1992 with my wife, and I love historic preservation, so one thing led to the other, and thus the Bannerman Castle Trust is formed, and we're working till this day to try to preserve it.
How do you actually approach the restoration of something that's so fragile?
We found a really wonderful architect, Jan Hurd and Bacorny, architects from the city, and they actually did a historic structures report which was funded by the Dyson Foundation. They've recreated the residence from the materials that we've given them and things that they have found, so that could be put back if we wanted to preserve it and put it back. What we're going to do with the residence is preserve it, put floors in it, a roof and windows and things, and we're going to return it so it could be a visitor information center and interpretive center education.
Is it a race against time? I mean, is the main structure in danger of collapsing soon?
Everything's in danger. It can do tomorrow, it can do in 10 years, but you never know when it will go. You just have to keep going and keep trying and keep positive, because that's what we're doing. And then, you know, we're working at it.
To find out more about the island and see how you can take your own tour, visit bannermancastle.org. I'm Morton, and you've been watching Rocketboom.